Hello, practice community. I want to pop in today and answer a question that one of our members had. This is in relation to the theme of our month here in January, which is all about filling your coaching practice with the right number of clients for you, hopefully to serve to the best of your ability over the next year. And this question comes from Lisa. Lisa asks, what has your experience been running a coaching program versus organic coaching? When is it advantageous to do one over the other? I love this question. And I think what Lisa, because I know Lisa is speaking to, is what's the difference between providing a completely organic container where clients can sign up, maybe not for just any type of coaching. That's where our message comes in, which we're going to spend a whole month on in February. But if there's a tone or a type of work or a style of work that you feel most drawn to doing with coaching, but you want to do it in an organic way, you might have a spattering of packages or a little bit more loose leaf offerings where clients can come in weekly, monthly, every other week, and spend time focused on whatever it is they want to focus on. And you as the coach will meet them in step with those focuses as they arise. The other type of programming that Lisa is speaking to is something a bit more specific. So instead of having just the message and then some packages, we might have a message and then a really detailed or specific pathway or a set of pillars or principles we're going to take a client through as it relates to either our message or maybe something in the realm of our message. So something that we want to pick out from the message that we hope to create some resolution for our clients around. And so Lisa's question is, which one's better? Should I do something really themed and take people through a really specific handheld process? Or should I let them do whatever they want to do, come into coaching and get the results that they've asked for? My answer is somewhere in the middle. So Lisa, I hope bear with me. Okay. I think somewhere in the middle. I think that what our clients want to focus on is where we should meet them. And I also believe that we don't just want to coach anything. I think that there is a really clear call that each of us has that brought us to the tool of coaching. And I think it would be a loss to us and the people that I think each of us feels really lit up about working with if we didn't bring some of that forth and create a little bit of a container around that for ourselves and the people that we're coaching. So I've gone both ways. I've had really strict programming where every conversation is themed. There's a topic that relates to maybe a principle or a pillar that upholds my message. And maybe I've parceled that out over 6 months or 12 months. And behind the scenes are a lot of tools that support that, such as gatherings or group meetings or workbooks or other videos or trainings and things like that. And I'm not teaching. That's a totally different ballgame. I'm coaching, but I'm coaching within the realm of something that I've named. And I've done the opposite. I've done completely bespoke, organic. Client shows up every month or every few weeks, and they bring the topic to me that day, and we are off to the races. And I find that something in the middle is really my sweet spot. I don't want to just work with any topic, but I also believe that if I take you through a strictly themed process, I'm leaving so much off the table that might actually need to be addressed through the container of coaching. But on the flip side of that, if I don't name some of these things, like self-worth, for example, or being brave or courage or anything else, intuition, anything else that you're working with, what would the client, where would they go instead? Is it possible that we would get into those topics and some of those realms and arenas if I don't name them? Of course, it's possible. What's the benefit to naming them versus not? So all that to say, I think that having some focus can be really attractive. I think it draws us in. I think we can claim for ourselves as clients within that process. This is a pocket of my life I really want to work on and I want to drill into and I want to spend some time with and I want to be in relationship to a coach who has spent a lot of time there themselves. That's going to be a more thematic approach. Versus, hey, I have some X, Y, or Z problem. I'm going to find a coach that I feel like I have the most resonance with. So someplace in the middle. And if I had to give you a more strict answer, I would say the really handheld containers work best for group coaching because we're doing this together. You can bring more of that teaching role in if you wanted to. And then the private coaching, I think, lends itself better to more organic coaching. But again, bring some focus to it. It could just be the focus of the program, but each month doesn't have to be parceled out. It could be a focus of the month, but how the client wants to work with that may be entirely up to them. So whatever that looks like for you. I hope I've answered your question. I think you're asking it because it's kind of a complex arena to hang out in. I think one of the gifts that we have as coaches is that we don't just have to go session by session. I think we get to take up space in these areas and topics of life that can be a bit more complex and interesting and fun and playful and desirous. And we get to bring a lot of life to that, and we get to bring a lot of purpose and intent to that. And I think that's really cool. So don't ignore picking that piece up of the coaching if that sounds good to you. All right, y'all, my dogs are losing their minds in the background. So I'm going to end this video, and I hope that it's been supportive. If you have a question that you would like to ask as it relates to next month's theme, all about messaging, look for the invitation to do so later in the month. All right, take care. Bye for now.